Welcome to Millionaire Agents Secrets, uncovering the hidden gems to help you become the next $1 million agent. And here's your host, Milton Player.
Welcome to Millionaire Agents Secrets. Today we have a superstar up-and-comer from the Wollongong region, Mike T, who's really moving and shaking the market. How are you, Mike?
I'm very well, Milton. Thanks for having me on your show.
That's a pleasure, mate. No worries at all. Thanks for coming on. Let's start with a bizarre question that gets things moving. What social group were you in at school, going all the way back to school days? How did that influence you? And how did it make you decide what to do in your career and your life?
Social school, wow. And that's taken me back a fair bit. Now, going back in school days, I come from, my parents got divorced when I was young.
Okay.
And I wasn't the best at English speaking. As a matter of fact, I remember one time in class, I think I was 5 at the time, and the teacher told me we all had to write a sentence.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what a sentence was. And putting words together, I just made up all words and it didn't even make sense. And my teacher looked at it, that wasn't good. But over the years, I started to read and learn. I kept to myself. I didn't hang around the bad kids. I've always, even up until now, I've always seemed to be independent. I made sure I had good friends. My mum raising us virtually for the next 12 years. She always drilled into my head, pick your friends, good and stay away from the bad. So I've always had good friends, actually. So the social group I had were good people. And I've lived with that principle right up until now. I don't like to associate with negative human beings. I'm happy to help them, but if they're going to stay negative and affect me in a negative way, I can't. It'll do my head in. So, yeah. Was there another question there, Milton?
Well, it's whether that then influenced your decision. So your decision to get into real estate, for example. Okay,
getting into real estate, that was never my decision. No, I started off being a mechanic by trade after I left school, but I worked with my stepfather. My parents had a shop in Alloa, Hurstville, actually.
Okay.
And I grew up packing fruit, vegetable packs and things like that, serving customers. Once I finished school, then I got into being a mechanic for 12, 13 years. Then I got into selling cars for another 12, 13, but my wife been bugging me many years prior to that to get into real estate. She got me into real estate, and I'm glad. So one thing that I learned is sometimes you got to listen to your wife. Actually, a lot of times you got to listen to your wife. So
yeah,
I'm very grateful that I'm in real estate now. I wish I got into many years ago, actually. I love it.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? Very social.
Yep.
Yeah. So how long have you been in real estate now?
Just over 3 years. This month, actually, is coming up to my 2 years in my own business. So prior to that, I was only about just over a year in total real estate. So I'm coming up just over 3 years I've been in real estate, yep.
And you've obviously found it much better to be your own boss and to be able to do the tasks you think need doing and to be in control.
Yes, Milton, most definitely. My whole life I've worked for people, and I've always given my all. I believe in being loyal and giving 100, 110%. I've always done that. But as a lot of people would say the same, you work for people and sometimes you think you give your all and you don't see the appreciation or loyalty comes back. And I've been let down by a few firms. But in saying that, I'm glad I've been let down because I wouldn't be where I am today. And it's taught me that what I would not do if I had employees working for me. So in that sense, yeah, my life's changed. I'm living the dream. I spend more time with my family. I've got 4 children. I spend more time with my kids, as well as helping people achieve their goals.
Yeah, that sounds good. So it's basically just you? You don't have any assistants at all?
Yeah, look, at the moment it's me, but I do have my son who's 20 and he's got his license as well. So he's my assistant and helps me, open homes or a bit of prospecting. I'm just trying to train him up and eventually get him into the sales position as well too, doing further training.
Okay.
I virtually run everything. I'm the secretary, I'm the marketer, I'm the lister, I'm the seller. I do everything, and I love it. I've never been a multitasker, but but it's been good.
Yeah, well, it sounds exciting doing the whole lot yourself.
Yeah, sure is.
So how do you set your routines there? Do you have routines that you set up during the week?
Look, being my own boss, I've sort of got a few little routines that I do, but I leave myself flexible because it is just me. I don't have more than a handful of properties. At the moment, I don't want to have too much because I like how I'm traveling now. With my time, my freedom is what I enjoy. But I am looking at going to the next level, and I'm working on that. So at the moment, I'll go to work when I feel like going to work, or always in touch with my clients, following up and all those sort of things. I'm always on top of that.
Yeah, so it's good. So you're able to have some freedom so you can enjoy your family and still make a really good living doing real estate as well, which is fantastic. And your area, it's a great area, isn't it? It's still booming there. Is there a lack of stock like there is in many areas in Sydney and things like that?
At the moment, I think it's just starting to slow down a bit now, but it's also the winter months, the colder months, and that's pretty normal. I've had a good run this year, but I've noticed that in the last June, July, it's slowed down a bit, and people are procrastinating whether to put their property on the market or waiting to another couple of months away. But it's all good. I always believe, doesn't matter. I've been in car sales for 12, 13 years. Some people say, the economy is not good, or the market, or this or that, the weather's not great, whatever. But I believe people are still going to buy and sell. It doesn't matter when it is, as long as you look after people, the rewards will come. That's the way I live my life. So it's all good.
Yeah,
even if it's quiet, I'm still happy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like hairdressing. Everyone needs a haircut, don't they?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So who are your influences? Who's motivated you? So let's say you could have a board of directors of your life and you could only have 3 people. Who would you have on it?
Board of directors. Wow. Yep. I'd have Zig Ziglar. He'd be right up there. I used to listen to a lot of his motivational stuff. Brian Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
And look, there'd be more than that, but to pick 3, gee. I don't mind GT either. He's pretty good.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah, Glenn Twiddle as well.
Yeah, so there's 3 good ones there. And very smart people too, aren't they? So you can only go off the smart people.
Yeah, that's right.
So what would you say what success are you most proud of so far in real estate?
Look, basically just that I'm helping people. To me, that's been successful. I don't look in sales. A lot of salespeople,
mm-hmm.
and I've experienced this for years. I've been in sales for 20 years plus. They chase the dollar. To me, that's not success. I don't chase the dollar. I never have, and I never will. I genuinely like to help people, and I live by the principle from Zig Ziglar. He taught, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And to me, that's been successful. Being free, having the freedom to do what you want to do and look after people, change people's lives, to me, that's success.
Mm. That's brilliant. So that's probably why you're so successful so far in real estate, because a lot of people do struggle sometimes for years in sales, in real estate. Other people have the knack. So that's probably why you're so high where other people may not have got to where you are already because of that difference, do you think?
Yeah, well, that's true. I know there's quite a few salespeople in this industry. You know yourself, you've been in it for quite a long time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of go in and go out. I mean, I've only been in a short time. I'm pretty proud of what I've achieved, but it comes down to being genuine, customer service, and looking after people. as well as your sales ability, sales skills, negotiations, and your marketing and all that got to come into play. But I believe if you look after people genuinely from your heart, they will come. They can see people aren't dumb, and look, you can't please everyone. There's going to be some people the same for you or any of us. Some are just don't want to deal with me, and I wonder why, and I don't even know why, but I don't worry about those ones, because to me, I've always said to myself, I've taught myself, I ain't really missing out, they are. So the ones that do, I am so grateful, and they become my friends, and that's what I'm looking for. Relationship, friendship, sales, that's what I'm into. I don't want to forget about my clients. I always want to remember my clients, and I always want my clients to remember me. And that's one of my taglines. It's Mike T, remember me.
No, that's beautiful. And see, I can see your mindset is extremely high from an EQ point of view, and that's what's helping get you through things. Let's say you're in a listing. Is there anything that you do that you believe is different to what the other agents do or say, or any strategy you have that you think is different that sets you apart?
Yeah, Milton, that's a good question. I do things differently. I'm very unorthodox the way I do it, the way it's been taught in the real estate industry. And to give you an idea, I didn't come from the real estate industry and start in the real estate industry like a lot of real estate agents. They get chucked in the deep end and, go that way. I've come from different background, different sales industry, customer service. Plus, I'm also a qualified sales trainer. I got trained properly before I got into sales by a professional for many years. So I too are totally unorthodox. Probably the real estate industry go, well, you're doing it this way. It's probably incorrect, but that's my style, and I've got my own style, how I do things. I'm not into giving a customer a booklet this thick of CMA analysis and this and all about the business. It's another about this thick as well too. That's not me. I'll just do it totally different. And I don't want to spend 2 hours with the clients, because I wouldn't want an agent in my house spending 2 hours with me as well too. I'd like to keep it sweet. If they see that I'm genuine, etc., and I'm going to look after them, I'm happy to help them.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. And I agree. Look, the way real estate's been taught, even since the early 90s, late 80s, it's all the same sort of thing. And I've noticed there's many things that's been missing. And it's interesting coming from a different perspective. I came from the perspective of being a seller and being a buyer. And I was in property management for a long, long time in Sydney, watching how dysfunctional the sales team were. Even the best, and this is in the best agencies. So it was interesting. I took probably too long to get into sales myself, but it gave me that chance to watch and notice what I thought was being done wrong. So I like how you've got a different approach as well. What about when you're selling a property? Do you have a certain style with buyers, a certain way of keeping in touch with them? Do you have systems around that or anything like that?
Yeah, most definitely, Milton. I follow up all my clients, buyers, and then when you do, you'll figure out if they're interested in that property or if they're looking for another property, etc. And some people are looking for 6 months or longer. You'd be aware of that, and I'm sure a lot of agents be aware of that too. They've been looking for quite a while. So I should stay in touch, either be by phone call, via email, or by text message, even social media as well too. I've connected with some clients that send me personal messages through the Facebook, and I'll let them know and stay in touch. You can't help everyone. If I wish I could,
yeah.
I wish. There are so many clients that I've got that are asking for this kind of property or that property. I just don't have it. And if I had it, I'd be multi-millionaire by now. It doesn't work that way. So I try to stay in touch. The best thing I can say is I stay in touch with the clients, buyers and sellers.
No, that's good. It's funny, whenever there's a new salesperson, that's the number one frustration they have, is they've got these buyers that are brilliant buyers and they can't find the properties for them. There's really only one other way around finding a property for them, and that's target prospecting those properties. But even that's,
that's sometimes hard too.
Yeah.
But I have done that. It's good you brought that up. I've done that as well. I've had 3 clients that have asked me certain areas they wanted properties, and I targeted those areas and I found them a property.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't always work, and sometimes when you do find it, they've already bought elsewhere, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, but it's a great way to create a listing and a sale instantly, isn't it, when you have that? So
yeah, correct.
Opportunities. What about negotiation? What's your style with negotiation? How do you do it differently?
Look, it's hard to sort of explain how I do it. I just do it the way I do it. Handling objections. What are my clients' concerns? I listen to them, the buyers and the sellers. But obviously, I work for my vendors. I try to get them absolute maximum price that I can. But I also know, as you would know, that without a property to sell and no buyers, you need the buyers as well to sell their property. So it's just basically staying in touch again and listening to their needs and their concerns, and just going back and forth till we come to an agreed price that both parties are satisfied, especially the vendor.
Yeah, exactly. And as you were saying, the car sales background, what do you think that's taught you that you've brought into real estate?
Yeah, looking car sales, because I've done both sales careers, I can tell you for a fact, this is my opinion, and a few that I know that would agree with it as well too. Car sales is actually harder. There's a lot more objections to handle. The only thing, the difference with real estate, what's harder about real estate, is getting that property to list. But once I've got that property, that's sales and negotiation is much easier than selling a car. Where with cars, I can go to the auction and buy one when I was in the car yard and then resell it. People trade them in.
Yeah,
property is not like that. It would have been nice if I was. You can just go and auction and buy a property and then off-sell it, but it doesn't work like that. Or trading them in. So. Yeah, and what I brought in from cars as well, because we were taught you must follow up and stay in touch with the clients. And I know that for a fact, a lot of real estate agents, they lack that very, very much.
Yeah.
Even clients will tell you that as well too.
Yeah, that's without a doubt, absolutely. And I suppose there were frustrations in car sales and frustrations in real estate. Are they similar sort of issues, or were they different?
Look, no, basically, to me, any sort of sales is all about listening to the client's needs, customer concerns. Be nice to them, be kind to them, treat them very, very important, like a human being. And basically, I do it the way how I like to be treated is how I will treat my clients. So with utmost respect, and basically just look after the needs. So the principles are still the same. Because at the end of the day, I don't look at it as I'm selling a car. I don't look at it as I'm selling a house. If I was worked in, Harvey Norman, I don't look at it as I'm selling TV. I'm looking at that I'm trying to help that person with whatever it is that they're wanting to achieve.
Yeah.
Be buy a car, buy a house, buy a TV. The principle is always the same.
All right. Well, tell me about the hard times. So has there ever been a time in your real estate career where you've felt like giving up, where you've suffered some bad beats or difficult clients, and what did you do to get through that roller coaster?
Yeah, look, it'd be nice to say that all your clients are nice to deal with.
Yeah.
You do. It's part of life. You're going to come across some clients that are a bit difficult, and usually it's because they're going through something themselves. They take their frustrations out, and I can't let that affect me. Sometimes it does because I'm personal, and sometimes I'll take things to heart. But I've got to learn not to do that because life's not easy. Whether you're in real estate, cars, or working for McDonald's, or you're dealing with people, and you're just going to cop that. You can't let that affect you. So
for sure, that's good. Yeah, your attitude is excellent, and I think a lot of people can take a lot of things away from that with the mindset, because how many people suffer. I've seen so many different people in real estate and the things they go through in here, and that seems to be controlling most of the things that happen to them. It's almost like they create it because they're thinking a certain way. It's their dream.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's so true. And look, and sometimes I'm learning, because I'm still in just over 3 years in real estate, I'm learning to go by my gut feeling as well. Sometimes I'll get a client and they're being so unrealistic what they want for their property, especially with the recent boom. And they think that, I can ask $50,000 more than what it's worth. And it's not that, and I don't even want it. And it's like they plead with me, just take and put it. And then they don't listen. So, so you've got to be, sometimes I'm learning now is I've got to go by my gut feeling. If they're being unreasonable, I don't want that. I don't need the headache, because I'm not into taking a lot of Panadols, you know what I mean? So it's better off they can, But you got to try to do the best you can with what you got.
Absolutely. And you've got a family, like you said, to run as well. So tell us about your family.
Yeah, I've actually been married for 23 years. I've got four children. My eldest son's 20 and our youngest, and I've got 3 more girls, and the youngest one's 3.5 years old. And I'm very much a family man. I love my wife. I love my kids. Basically, what I do, everything that I do is for my family and also for my clients. Me, I'll tell you now, I couldn't care less about me. I don't live for me. I live for my family and my kids. And to me, that's the dream. And I also love helping people. That's me. Yeah,
I agree with you 100%. It's the right way to be. And so have you got the shotgun there under the bed for when they become teenagers, those girls?
No, I can't, Rob. But don't tell anyone, I've got a nice baseball bat.
You can stand behind them and just show it to the boyfriend.
I feel sorry for them. I told my daughters, if they ever meet someone, that someone is going out me first.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I want to protect my girls too.
Yeah, I know, it's hard. See, I've got boys, so I'm lucky.
Yeah.
It's not as scary. Yeah. So if you were starting today in sales, is there anything that you would do, a certain strategy or a certain thing that you would do, a task you do, if today was day one, that maybe you didn't do when you first started?
Yeah, good question. If I didn't have anything to do with sales and I was going to start in sales, the first thing that I would do is I would study it, and I'd get trained and I'd read about sales. There's a lot of good books out there in sales. Tom Hopkins, again, the Brian Tracy's, Zig Ziglar's, etc. But I'd get trained. A lot of salespeople come into, whether it's real estate or cars or anything, they actually don't get trained. They don't have formal training or quality training either. So sales training is very, very important to me, and also how to deal with people. How to deal with people in sales training.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. And yeah, you're dead right. Too many people come in thinking that's just a bag of shells and they can just waltz on in. They see the nice cars and
it's not all that. No. It's hard work. You've got to put a lot of hours if you want to succeed. You've got to put a lot of hours. And the top agents, to me, I believe they justify their earnings because they're giving it all they got, and they're the winners.
Yeah, that's right. It takes a lot to get there, and they do deserve it, I think, as well. Well, let's look at it in a different angle. Let's do like a time travel moment, and let's go back 20 years. What would you tell yourself 20 years ago?
At 25, back then, I would have told myself, got my wife to tell me and force me 20 years ago to get into real estate. Sometimes things happen for a reason. And maybe if I got into real estate 20 years ago, I didn't like it. Maybe so, that's a hard one, Milton, because I don't know. I don't know that. What would I tell myself? Probably I'd keep going. I'm still happy with what I've learned, what I've done in the past. Because I actually enjoyed all my jobs when I was a mechanic, car sales, and I've been used car manager, new car manager as well. I enjoyed all those careers. And fixing cars, I loved, you know, the old carbies and all that, stripping them apart and putting them together. The older folk would know what I'm talking about. Everything's projected now.
Yeah, that's right.
So I enjoyed all that. So it's progressing. But one thing that I would have liked to wisen up a lot more is definitely not spending a lot of time with negative people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've made some decisions. I don't spend a lot of time, but I've listened to some of them.
Mm-hmm.
When I was going to buy, I remember I was going to buy a property, and I had all this people. I'm excited about buying this property, and everyone told me it's too much. You know, you're wasting your money. And I listened to it, and I didn't buy it. And you know what I mean? Those
Mm-hmm.
kind of people that give you the wrong, help you make the wrong decision.
You got to get them out of your life, don't you?
Yeah.
Get rid of those negative people. They're only going to hinder you and pull you back. Chicken Little.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to let people go as they go. You know, they need to learn from their own mistakes and failures.
Yeah.
I used to be upset about failing, but I'm actually happy about it now because that helps me to go to the next level. And if something fails, then I can try something else.
Yeah. Failure is a good thing. Failure is a good thing. Mistakes are a good thing. And we taught conditioned the wrong way in school, in my view. That they're taught that if you make a mistake, it's bad. You know, you get the cross and it's bad. But it's actually, as we learn in life, mistakes are the key, really, aren't they? They're the key.
Yeah.
What about, think back, it doesn't have to be real estate. Have you got any funny story or any strange thing that happened in your business career or business life that you can tell our audience about?
Look, I've got a lot of funny, strange things that have happened in my sales career.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's sort of a bit hard to describe them though, because there's got to be some actions that go with it.
Yeah.
I've had some funny clients, I've got to say. I've had some strange ones as well too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just blank, man. I don't have the best of memory when you.
Yeah, and that's like jokes, isn't it? It's like jokes. Yeah. So you haven't had a client, they haven't sold, so you've pushed them out the door.
No, but kind of like, yeah, I've had one of those, and they didn't listen to any of the advice I gave them. I listed their property, and I gave them an appraisal of what the property was worth, and I knew that that's what they wanted. They took, you know, and then all of a sudden, a week later, he spoke to another agent. I'm not going to say which agency it was, but I'm really disappointed. And they told him it was worth $300,000 more.
Wow.
So all of a sudden, he wanted $950 million for his property. Another agency's told him, and then he sends me an email. I want 1.3 to 1.4. I go, what? You nuts? I didn't even want the property anymore. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
And I got him the dollars. I even got him $1.05 million. He didn't want to take it. And we agreed to. I didn't want to have nothing to do with it anymore because he's just not listening. Tommy didn't want to do this, didn't want to do that. And one thing I must say, the clients, they need to trust their agent. If you've got a good agent, you need to trust them and listen to their advice.
Yeah.
Because we're in this industry, and we know from what's going on. So the other agency did an unethical thing and did that to try to get the listing. So we agreed to stop, and I quit the agreement. And a month after the actual agreement actually finished, he gave to another agency, and guess what? They sold it for $1.05 million. And that hurts.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah.
That's why I said I've learned to go by my gut feeling. Mm-hmm. If they're not going to be unreasonable, I'm just stop there and then and move on to the next client that's fair and reasonable and not being, totally unreasonable and unrealistic with their pricing. Yeah, it actually cost them more money to do that sale as well because they did an auction and got rid of the furniture and put all the interior style designing So they went through all that, and I think it took them 3-4 months to sell it as well.
Wow, the old hindsight, hey?
Yep.
Yeah. What about marketing? So what do you do to market yourself? I know you're active on social media and things like that. So tell us ways you market yourself.
Yeah, I'm on social media. I'm currently developing in a marketing program as well too, that I've got someone that's looking after it. So I'm very tech savvy. I'm trying to be creative and do a few things to try to get yourself promoted. I've done a TV ad last year. I'm looking at doing a radio ad again shortly, and I'll probably do another TV ad as well too, hopefully in the latter part of this year.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm happy the way I'm going. I'm cruising along, but when I want to go to the next level, I've got to increase my marketing. For me, at the moment, it's enough, and I'm happy the way I'm going, Milton.
Are you finding the TV ads are working really well?
Yeah, when I had it on last year from July to November, I had a lot of people tell me they've seen it, but I never did that ad to target, hey, call me, let me sell your house. It was just purely a branding ad.
Yeah.
Mike T is here to look after you, kind of a thing. That's all. It was just a branding ad, but it was good. I was very happy with the ad. And
yeah. Well, that's right. You have to be front of mind, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, to finish up, let's do some lightning round questions. So just quick answers. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Best piece of advice I've ever received is, to me, is if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. Yeah, very good. And he's a great guy. So what's one of your personal habits that you feel strongly contributes to your success?
Don't give up.
Yeah.
Never give up. Even when you feel like giving up, and look, that happens to me, but I've got to tell myself, don't give up, get back up. Got to keep going.
Very good.
We all have our bad days, so never give up.
Yeah, no, nice. That's good attitude. So for that, where were you from originally, or where's your family from?
Well, where I lived? Or
yeah, where did you live previously?
I used to be in Sydney. I used to live at Carlton, Alloa, Hurstville region.
Right.
Prior to that, years ago, Villawood, and I went to Fairfield Patrician Brothers.
Right.
Then when I moved to Hurstville Way, then I went to James Cook Cogra.
Okay, and your parents, did they encourage you? Were they Sydney people that encouraged you really strongly for the business sense or for the mindset?
My stepfather was a businessman, and he basically told me you always got to look after people and always smile. It's got to be real, but
yeah, exactly. It's got to be real.
Always look after people. Be nice.
Yeah.
So, but I never wanted to get in business. I always had a fear of it and failing. I had a fear of failing as well too. That's why I always work for people.
Yeah, that's common. What piece of technology or equipment would you say you couldn't live without for your sales career?
Oh, well, for us agents, it's the mobile phone.
Uh-huh.
The mobile phone, today's phone, is a mini walking computer, really. It does everything.
Yeah.
Where years ago, you had that big phone, that big brick. I had one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Hit someone over the head with it. And it hurt. Well, these ones here, yeah, these phones are good. I can't live without it. That's what I need the most.
Yeah, no, they're excellent. So how do you prove to your clients that you will do a better job than anyone else?
Yeah, look, I mainly show them my testimonials. Again, I also listen to their concerns and ask them questions, and I tell them a bit about myself, my background, and just check out my reviews. And look, it's hard because when you're a complete stranger, as a real estate agent, I know, and I put myself in their shoes, I know for a fact that they're going to hate me before I even open my mouth. Mm-hmm. I hate all us agents. Mm-hmm. And the sad thing is, it's a top career, it's a professional career, but the 90% out of them out there, I'd say it's high as 90%, that have given bad experiences to a lot of these clients. That's why they're conditioned to not trust any of us and hate us all. So we're in the same group of people like the politicians.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I know there's top agents out there, and I know you're one of them.
Thank you, mate.
In your area. And I know there's some great agents out there that will do whatever they can to help their clients achieve their dreams. And that's how I want to, that's how reputation is very important to me. And I'm in that category as well too. I generally want to look after my clients and do the right thing by them, because if I don't, it's gonna, I'm the one it's gonna affect me, and it's not good for my reputation. And reputation is very, very important to me.
Yeah, agreed. Same here. What about bad habits? Do you have any bad habits?
Bad habits? Yeah, we've all got a little bit of bad habits. I don't know if I want to say what my bad habits are. As you get older, Milton, it's getting harder to go to the gym. So that's a bad habit. I need to get back into exercising. My work life, having my own business, has dominated me a bit. So, yeah, I've got to get into exercising. It's like I can motivate myself for everything else. I can't motivate myself to go exercise, go to the gym. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, I know.
I need a personal trainer.
Yeah, someone to crack the whip.
Yep.
All right, so what's your favourite sport that you play or watch?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of rugby league. Yeah, and it's the Bulldogs too.
I was going to say who.
And I also love WWE. I watch it every week. I love my wrestling.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid, from the Hulk Hogan's days, right up until now, next week to WWE in Australia.
Wow.
No matter how I go every year, and my daughter's become a big fan of it too.
Does she wrestle with you on the bed?
No, she's 16 years old. I wouldn't even. She'll clobber me.
Yeah, she'll kill you.
That's where the baseball bat is. Yeah, no, I love rugby league and WWE. I love soccer as well too, but mainly rugby league.
And good luck with those Bulldogs. They've got a chance this year, mate. They've got a chance.
Yeah, I know. They've just got to be a bit consistent, but the Cronulla's doing really well.
Yeah, they are.
Canberra too.
I know. Amazing. Absolutely, mate. What's your favourite music?
Music? Yeah, I like the 80s.
Yep.
I'm still living in the 80s. Yeah, I like all the 80s music is my favourite era.
Yeah.
I don't mind some 70s, but the 80s, that's it. Vanilla Ice, Ice Baby. MC Hammer, you can't touch this.
Yeah.
And your Michael Jackson as well too, and all that. So.
No, very good. Good era, mate. Good era. Well, thank you, mate. I really appreciate you coming on, Mike. And you deserve to get all the success in the world, because you've got the perfect attitude, what needs to be in real estate, and we need to change this industry to get it focused the right way. Like you say, some amazing people in real estate, and it's only those few minorities that pull us down and put us back into the mire in public attention. So, yeah, more people like you will get that public perception a lot higher, huh?
Yep, very true.
Yeah, but thank you very much for coming on, Mike, and we'll chat to you soon. There was a lot of great information there, so I really appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks, Milton. Cheers.
It's a pleasure, mate. Talk to you later.
Thank you for listening to Millionaire Agents Secrets. Want 5 times more listings? Go to www.miltonplayer.com for a free cheat sheet.